What's up, Mixners? It's your boy Marcus here, back in the building for another episode. Today we covering the election updates, post-election updates. Alright, so let's dig into it. Now let's go ahead and throw that election map up here just so we can see what's going on. Currently, Biden has won the election. Trump is upset about it. Why is he upset about it? Because he lost. And here's the weird part. The first time he won, right, in 2016, he won and said it was fraud. I still don't understand that. But let's just focus on just this election here. Now, he refuses to concede and admit Biden as the winner. They did the recounts and nothing's coming up. World leaders are also congratulating Biden and just letting him know, like, hey, we're glad you're on board. Biden won both popular vote and electoral votes, period. Like, at this point, if anything does flip, Trump still wouldn't win. Many of his supporters, aka cult members, because some of them ain't supporters, some of them in the cult, refuse to admit that he lost, along with Trump, because they follow whatever he does, whether it's right or wrong. Last week, Saturday, is when they actually came out and announced that Biden was the projected winner, and people went crazy. Dancing in the streets, people were generally celebrating.
And across the world. On the streets of the largest cities, today, a party. In President Trump's hometown, New York City, Biden supporters shouted out their windows.
There were bands and champagne, costumes and tears. An impromptu dance party broke out.
A lot of people were generally upset. But after that, we didn't really see Trump say or do anything for about a week. Not counting that he fired the Homeland Security dude via Twitter. Unprofessional is but he fired the Homeland Security guy over Twitter, which is super unprofessional, but whatever. But pretty much outside of that, we really didn't hear from this dude for like a week. And really finding no fault and judges throwing your claims out. He made a lot of wild claims, and they were just getting tossed out. He just refused to admit it, told people not to, told advisors not to talk to the Biden group. And it's just like, you know what's worse than losing in the public arena? Is being a sore loser in a public arena. Like, dude, you can handle things with grace. So one of these wild accusations was that dead voters were casting votes. They found one of these voters. Her name was Agnes Bullock. And let's take a look at the clip here of her alive and well.
So an accused dead voter in Georgia is actually alive, despite the Trump campaign's claims that she did vote legally. Media outlets also, we need to point out, falsely reported that Mrs. Blaylock's deceased husband had voted in the 2020 election, when in fact she is registered under his name as Mrs. James E. Blaylock Jr. Here's Agnes Blaylock.
He's not voted. He didn't vote. It was you. It was me. President of the United States was accusing you of voter fraud. Essentially. Oh, I know it. And I knew it wasn't fraud. Who did you vote for? You don't have to share that. I voted for the Democrats, for Biden. I see. And so, I guess I voted against the other one, really.
Well, Newton County officials confirmed that she also signed using her married name when she voted.
Now, you know you old as hell when they like, he voted? That dude definitely did. Fraud. She pretty old, but she alive. So count it. Even as votes continue to roll in and get recounted and verified, Biden is still the winner.
My wife thinks I'm a total loser. I'm a loser.
Trump actually went on the news and took credit for the most secure election in history, which is the complete opposite of calling it a fraud. So it just never ceases to amaze me. Even after the revotes, your opponent's score goes higher and yours pretty much stays the same. I mean, would it still be fraud if you were winning? And the reason why a lot of the mail-in votes came in through Biden is because originally, leading up to the election, Trump was telling people to go into the polls, not mail it in. When I say people, I mean his supporters. So initially, they were all going in the day of, putting their votes in. So those were the first ones in. The mail-in ballots got to get counted and opened up and stuff. So of course those come in later. And they were thinking like somehow there was fraud. So far, there's been no evidence of any fraud. And I mean, hell, even Fox News is like, we don't see no fraud. What are you talking about? Now he's trying to take down Fox News and start his own media company. Very vindictive, very spiteful. It's like, dude, just take the L and walk away. You're not a complete loser. You were the president of the United States. You won at some point. Watching some of these videos and some of the angry supporters. Let's take a look at the angry supporters. This is just some of the stories going on. There's massive conspiracies. And a lot of these conspiracies are they're based off of the baseless claims he's been making. And a lot of the people working for him aren't telling him the truth. When you're in a position of power, you don't need to have yes men. You need to have people that give you the facts and give it to you all the way straight. I don't think he has that. People around him are either just going full-fledged crazy train with him or being real quiet. A lot of people, I believe, in the Republican Party are actually kind of afraid of him. Not because of him, but because of his cult-like following. And they don't want no part of that because he's on his way out and they gonna be there. So they're just keeping quiet, trying to ride this out to January. Alright, Mixed Nutters, that's the election update. If you want to support the channel, go to buymeacoffee.com/mixednuts. I'm about to make like a baby and get out. We got new videos coming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And until next time,